Hi, Dr. Bregman. How are you doing today?
Well, as good as could be expected under the circumstances.
You're positive. I'm positive, and that's, I guess, the best way to be.
Yeah, and I'm really doing okay. As good as could be expected under these circumstances. I'm, moving along.
Well, you know what time of year it is, right? It's almost back to school time, and normally it's a pretty happy time, maybe a little harried, but this year is really posing a lot of questions, a lot of hard decisions for many parents out there. And in fact, Dr. Bregman, we have a few emails with parents that are really grappling with the question, should I send my son or daughter back to school? And this email that I'm about to read you has a little bit of a twist to it. All right, I'm going to read it to you. Dear Dr. Bregman, my ex-wife and I are having a major disagreement. Next month, school starts for our 10-year-old son. My ex-wife, however, is adamant about him not going because of the danger of the virus. I, on the other hand, think it's so important he gets back to school and get a good education. My ex and I were terrible at homeschooling. How do we navigate this important decision? And that comes from Peter, and he lives in Portland, Oregon. So yes, this is a little bit different because these parents aren't married. They're having a disagreement. What do you suggest?
Well, Linda, I see a lot of this in my practice. The divorce rate is very high, and like half the people are getting divorced. So we have a lot of these situations coming up. This has been at my practice now, this week especially, really a big thing. Now, this is a very difficult problem. Here in Florida, when people get divorced, they are mandated to go to a court, what we call courses, so they don't use the kids in terms of their own kind of primitive disagreements, and they obviously aren't together anymore. And there's, and this is a big decision now. Now, mom says, "Oh, well, it's not safe," and here in Florida, there's another spike going on. And, really, mom has a point, because what we see now, we're the only industrialized country sending kids back to school with this level of virus. So mom's not totally off base here. But let's take a look at the whole picture. Dad, if he really does his homework, he is going to see that, make sure the school's safe, following all the CDC guidelines, and try to help mom feel more comfortable. Now, we would hope that they could go to the school and get this going, because it would be great for the child to be socialized, get his needs met. Parents are trying hard, but they're not the best.
Right, they're not good at homeschooling.
They're not good. They try, and mom may go back to work, but she forego that. So what has happened here is this is a major dilemma. I've had the people even come to the office together, and that is quite a scene. I beg them to behave. And really what I've found, and this is a great tip for all these people out there, the Guardian Ad Litem program.
That sounds great, and I've heard of it, but it's a little bit of legalese. Tell me exactly what that is.
Okay, and you could Google it to find it, okay? Guardian Ad Litem program. Basically what this is, it's a program in which there's a court-appointed guardian, and there's a whole program. They have them all over the place, and the court-appointed guardians, a lot of times there's a lawyer too, and usually, hopefully, a very reasonable kind of person that both people, the parents respect, and the judge, of course, really respects, reports back to the judge, and then a decision is made. So it's in the best interest of the child. And that's one of the other keys. Not only Guardian Ad Litem, but the best interest of the child. Because that's what we're interested in. If they're getting divorced or they're arguing for the sake of arguing, whatever the reason, the guardian reports back to the judge decides. And I think a lot of people should Google guardian ad litem program and get with this, because school's coming up and it's so important for the kids and for the parents to make a good decision for the two of them. And we don't know what's going to happen in this case. Let's see what the guardian and the judge has to say.
Right. I'm sure that they are a wise organization, and they'll consider, what are the protocols, the safety protocols of the school at which the son is attending. How good were the parents at homeschooling? And maybe they'll even ask the son if he would like to go to school. Maybe he desperately wants to go, or maybe he's terrified. I wonder if they take the children's feelings into consideration.
Well, that's a good point. What happens is little older children, the judge will take the child into his chambers. It depends upon how sophisticated and intelligent the child is, but usually younger kids may not. And this kid was 10 years old. But really, I think it's a very fair system, and it gives the child the best shot at doing what's in the child's best interest.
Right. Yeah, well, I think that's a fantastic piece of advice for divorced parents that are not agreeing on whether they should send their kids back to school next month. Thank you so much. And we will talk about this topic, I think, for the next couple of weeks, because it's a big one. And I think a lot of parents are going to need your help, doctor, to navigate these trying times for their family.
I agree, Linda. My practice is now being flooded, because I am a child psychiatrist, and flooded with this issue in particular, and it's very trying for the doctor as well. And I think we should have a few more parents write in with their issues, and maybe we could resolve it in other ways as well. So I think we should keep going on this, because school's coming up in about a month.
Yep, I agree. So let's keep talking.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye now.
Talk to you later.
Don't suffer alone. At Bregman MD, we can help with our years of online therapy experience. Just give us a call or contact us online.